Domestic abuse. I think we all know what it is, so I'm not going to waste any time telling you that or why it's wrong, because frankly there's a channel for that. However, what I would like to focus on is what is being done about it in Mankato currently. CADA, the Committee Against Domestic Abuse, is one organization in the Mankato area who has made it their mission to help victims of domestic abuse.
We've been serving South Central Minnesota for nearly 30 years, and most of the focus of the work of the Committee Against Domestic Abuse over those 30 years has been specifically to assist victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. So we have shelter services provided here in Mankato. We have a 22-bed shelter program. What we try to do is provide immediate crisis support, let them know that this is a safe place to be, emotionally provide support to them as they adjust to the trauma that they've experienced. Oftentimes it's a single event may provoke someone coming into the shelter, but we know that domestic violence and sexual assault oftentimes have long histories of abuse, oftentimes within our own households or families. So the trauma that people experience and need to heal from is often very long-term. Families or individuals who stay within our shelter program may stay a single night, or they may stay up to 2 or 3 months. Typically, we're seeing families have a need to stay longer, mostly to do with the housing shortages, lack of affordable housing in our South Central Minnesota area, geographical area, just really limited opportunities for jobs, etc. We do a fair amount of prevention education. I'm working in the school systems, both in elementary school systems and high school and college venues. There are folks within each program that have a little more expertise in particular areas. For first place that we would like to expand services as an agency would be in providing in-house therapeutic services that folks that are in crisis need. Other services that CADA is able to provide include our Keep Me Safe program, and that's a supervised visitation program for caregivers but non-custodial caregivers. So oftentimes when child protection has been involved with a family or children have witnessed violent crime in the home or higher levels of domestic violence where there's been physical violence and the courts have determined that it's had a significant impact on the children or their safety might be at risk in a visitation situation with the non-custodial parent. Parents are able to come to CADA and the child in a safe environment with a monitor in the room has usually about an hour-and-a-half visit with a non-custodial parent. And that's really just what we're doing is providing a safe place, either for an exchange of a child or for a visit with a parent. Very unfortunately, in the last 18 months in the Mankato area and in the surrounding counties that CADA serves, we have experienced 7 deaths to women, children, and 2 men to domestic violence.
Okay, so we have CADA directly helping people who are victims of domestic abuse. But what is being done in Mankato to help CADA in their mission? The recent Millennium Series film event was designed to raise money for CADA and help them in their mission against domestic abuse.
CADA does really wonderful things over a 9-county area in Minnesota. The idea for this event came up through my work on Scandinavian crime fiction. I thought that these films would be a really great venue for raising this discussion about the way that current issues are being shown through film. The reason that I chose CADA was because I had heard so many good things about the work that they're doing in the community. Everyone said, as far as services in the community were concerned, that CADA was doing some really amazing things. When people ask me if I think that more needs to be done locally, I say yes. Until there is no domestic abuse. Things need to happen not only on an individual level, in that each of us needs to uphold a zero-tolerance policy on domestic abuse, but this also needs to happen on a societal, political, and legal level. Even though we were competing with a number of other events on campus, we had 130 attendees over the 3 nights, and this was impressive for this type of event. We raised over $200, which was given to CADA to help them increase their therapeutic services.
As you've seen, we have all this stuff set in place and this help being done for it. to help victims of domestic abuse. But what is being done to actually stop it in the first place? The Self-Defense for Women class offered on campus is an example of something designed to help prevent domestic violence from happening in the first place.
The best thing about taking this class was the learning how to actually fight off defenders, and I feel like I'll actually use a lot of these skills in my real life. When I'm down at the bar, I always kind of have it in the back of my head, like who's watching me, who's coming up talking to me, and that kind of thing. I would recommend this class for other females because it just teaches you how to be more comfortable with yourself and speak up when something's not bothering, or when something is bothering you.